Okay, let's dive in. We're unpacking something really exciting today, the world of micro-influencing, and specifically, how to handle that very first product offer.
Yeah, it's a big moment for any creator. And we've got a great source to walk us through it, a Q&A from Unscrewed Marketing with insights from marketing expert Vicky Wu.
And Vicky Wu, well, she's got some serious credentials. We're talking 30 years in marketing, including working with Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
So the advice here is pretty solid, strategic even.
Definitely. And the scenario we're looking at is just perfect. A listener, Penny, her teenage daughter's Instagram is taking off, and boom, first offer, hair care products.
Right, sent over as a compare package. But here's the key thing. No contract, no list of rules, nothing really clear about what they expected back.
Welcome to your marketing department, where we share the best tips for marketing your small business. And the full link to this topic is down in the description. Be sure to subscribe so that you never miss our latest update.
Penny and her daughter just sort of accepted it, thinking, okay, yeah, they'd most likely post unboxing or maybe a review.
And they're already on it. They've filmed footage for a hair routine, getting ready to post.
Yeah.
Very proactive.
Which is great. But it leads right to Penny's big question, the one lots of new influencers have. Without a contract, what are the unspoken rules? What's expected?
How do you handle this professionally?
Exactly. And that's where Vicky Wu's advice comes in. Her first point, hey, congratulations. Seriously, getting noticed by a brand, getting that first offer, that's validation.
Totally. And for a teen, let's be real, free hair stuff, that's probably a win-win. It'll get used.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Vicky does say from the brand's perspective, ideally, you always want a written agreement. Always. Even for micro-influencers. Sets clear expectations.
Okay, sure, ideally. But they didn't have one here. So when there's no contract, what's the likely message from the brand?
Well, since they sent it with, no explicit strings attached, it heavily suggests they're after authenticity. They probably just want to see genuine content from someone using the product, whatever that looks like.
So it's less about hitting specific targets and more about trust, seeing what happens organically?
Pretty much. It's like a small bet on organic buzz, seeing if it's a good fit. But, and this is crucial, Vicky really stresses handling it professionally anyway.
Ah, right. Because doing it right this time boosts your chances for more offers later, maybe paid ones.
Exactly. This isn't just a freebie. It's kind of an audition, so you want to nail it.
Makes total sense. So how do you do that? Turn this informal gift into something professional. What are Vicky's practical steps?
Okay, first things first.
Yeah.
And this sounds almost too simple, but it's critical. Double check those DMs, the Instagram messages, scroll all the way back.
Really?
Yeah, really. Make absolutely certain nothing was mentioned early on, like a suggestion or a soft requirement that just got, overlooked in the excitement.
Oh, wow. That's smart. You assume no contract, no rules, but maybe a guideline is just buried in the chat.
Precisely. Don't assume, verify. Okay, so you've checked. And truly no specific requests. What's next? Authenticity. That's the big one. Like we said, it's often why brands go for micro-influencers in the first place.
But okay, how do you stay authentic when you got this stuff for free and you kind of need to post something? How do you balance that?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Vicky's approach is to boost that authenticity with smart research. Go look at the brand's website, their official social media feeds.
Get their vibe.
Get their vibe, yeah. But more than that, what words do they use? What are their main messages? Any specific buzzwords they repeat?
Okay.
It's not about just copying them. It's about understanding their world so you can talk about the product in a way that connects with them but still sounds like you. Also, look for brand hashtags, especially any for that specific product line. Helps them track it.
And she also mentioned checking out other influencers who've worked with the brand, right? I like that.
Yeah, that's super useful. Again, not to copycat, but to see what works. Which posts got good comments and likes? What angles seem to resonate with this brand's audience? It's like mini market research for your own content.
Okay, research done, authenticity plan in place. Now the big one, disclosure.
Non-negotiable. Absolutely critical. You have to clearly state the product was a gift. Use a hashtag ad or hashtag gifted. Or use Instagram's own paid partnership label tool. Make it obvious.
Even though it wasn't cash, just products. Why is that so vital?
Because receiving product in exchange for potential promotion still counts as compensation. Regulatory bodies, like the FTC in the US, require that disclosure for transparency. But honestly, It's bigger than just following rules.
How so?
Think about it. Your audience's trust. That's everything for an influencer, especially a micro one. If they feel tricked, if they find out later you didn't mention the product was free, poof, credibility gone.
Yeah.
Disclosure isn't just about avoiding trouble. It's about maintaining that relationship with their followers. Lose that, and you lose what makes you valuable to brands in the first place.
That's a really strong point. It's foundational, not just a checkbox.
All right.
Okay, so check messages, researched, planning authentic stuff, ready to disclose. What about how much to post?
Good question. Since the brand didn't say, Vicky's advice is post the number of times that feels right.
Okay. But what does feels right actually mean in practice? 1 post, 10.
It means thinking about your audience and your normal posting habits. Don't suddenly flood your feed about this one product if that's weird for you.
Yeah.
If you usually weave products in naturally, do that. Maybe 1 really genuine, well-thought-out post is way better than 5 that feel kind of forced. Posting too much can actually undermine the authenticity you're aiming for.
That tracks. Keep it natural to your style and opinions. What if, she doesn't absolutely love every single aspect of the product? Does she have to pretend?
No, definitely not. Vicky emphasizes this. Authenticity includes honesty. If there's something minor you don't like, it's usually okay to say so, tactfully.
Like how?
Well, she gave a good example. I'm not the biggest fan of this particular scent, but I absolutely love how soft it makes my hair feel, see? Balanced.
Yeah, that actually makes the positive part sound more believable, doesn't it?
Exactly. Your audience gets that nothing's perfect, acknowledging a small downside while highlighting the genuine positives. That builds huge trust. Vicky also adds, you don't have to mention every tiny little thing if it's not really relevant to your audience anyway. Focus on what matters to them.
This whole approach really shifts it from just getting a freebie to, strategically building your reputation, setting the stage for more, maybe better opportunities.
Precisely. And remember, this advice is coming from Vicky Wu, someone with decades of high-level marketing experience, who now focuses on helping smaller businesses and entrepreneurs. It's practical and strategic. She knows what brands are looking for.
It definitely takes the guesswork out. So to recap the core strategy, double-check those initial messages first. Then really dig into the brand, research their language, what works for them. Make authenticity your absolute guidepost. Always, always disclose it was gifted. And be thoughtful about how much you post. Keep it feeling natural.
That's the playbook right there. It helps turn that exciting first gift into a really solid professional step.
As this whole influencer world keeps evolving, especially for micro-influencers where that raw, real connection is the main draw, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How do creators keep balancing that genuine, maybe unpolished feel their audience loves with the growing need for professionalism, clear disclosures, the stuff brands and rules require? Like when you get something for free, how does that fundamentally shift what authenticity even means in your content? It's something to think about.
It's definitely the ongoing tension, isn't it? But this deep dive gives a really concrete starting point for handling that first interaction the right way.
Well, this was super helpful. Thanks for bringing this scenario and Vicky Wu's insights to the table. And for everyone listening, if you've got questions or sources you want us to dig into like this, let us know.
My book, Pivot to Success, Transforming Marketing Missteps into Milestones, is like a masterclass in book form, offering actionable insights for you to be able to put into practice in your own business. You can find the book on my website, or you can go directly to Amazon and search for Pivot to Success, Transforming Marketing Missteps into Milestones. Grab your copy today because it's designed to help you recover from bad advice.